Right there.
Cordless phones are right. I think Chupacabra would puts guts out.
That you would rather not try.
Actually, I'm going to deal with.
You can find no key.
Yes,
So
I know.
the best thing to do.
I think I'll do it again. All right, so
Hasn't been keen
tonight
for
when
a
I come
long
on
time.
the hour, maybe. You're on the air. Hello. Go to Japan if you to begin carrying the first hour.
What is your name?
Oh. Oh, I'm well aware that you studied medicine.
Probably get. Maybe.
That's the slaves there.
You know, I'm glad.
Meats, cheese.
The traditional explanation.
goodbye, gent.
Do you like cheese?
In this case, the British Commissioner.
I don't have
The hallway narrow.
What?
The murderer. Justice can.
Doorway now. I think that's what she said.
But on the other hand, I just
What doorway? We have many doorways.
These days, where people have to be economy. What do you think could reasonably?
think tonight, President Clinton was
And 6.
Us, we have to be.
aim on your left hand, and I'm not condoning what my
Cannot be made. It can be, sir.
Why are you whispering?
Of course,
and he's like shoving.
analyzed by Winston.
As you are. They can, but no, they're.
A shock is in store.
A
person has
shop is
invented.
in store. For America?
Who are you hiding from?
Wise man.
But still no reflection.
You know, I like your show, and I listen to her. She's a nice-looking lady, and
The elephant will,
She is hiding from something. That's why she's whispering.
and with it, you.
Problems all over the world. Lee, we're all going to have.
Around in the hall. Round again. Or to the left.
You like my show, and I can't imagine.
And the O.
Since '86 or something.
Are you an ancestor of
so
mine?
let's just lose the
going.
Which is made from
This would give me my weight and go.
the ham radio that you love.
Yes, and every week.
You know, if you go up to.
Where are you?
That rewind? That's right.
is forming. Left hand corner.
From the high desert.
That's the word.
10 o'clock Pacific. 1. Desert. Good night.
The
law is no
She has a
excuse, as they
message.
say.
Who do you have a
I'm Art Bell, second hand.
Who do you have a message for, man?
But as quickly as it
She's trying to get it out quickly.
Why, you can't go wrong with a
Who's
Petri.
listening?
We're listening. Tell us.
Good afternoon, whatever the case.
Giving us a clue to next week's story.
Next adventure in which
the Earl of Drummer.
And totally true. Escorting you through.
Did you say the Earl of Drama?
No less than,
No, you can't listen to Cordless.
they've all seen. He's got. I've,
King on a long chain.
I can tell you this.
Fine company of San Francisco.
On chain.
Right, so,
I bet that was a
2.4. They've all seen.
This thing. I reviewed it from.
Bookshelf is
And written to me in a.
Said, oh boy, you got to.
and reveals this.
So James Gilliland is an internet.
And it reveals a story.
Button.
Gods too.
And sign for OK.
I did.
Earth-friendly.
The passageway.
Seen it.
He vowed that if he and his ship ever
Radio Shack frequency.
Message for.
returning to Minehead, England,
There is cooler down here.
At the top of the particular phone could be monitored.
This label on the box, it was on someone's part. It was
Who have just had their socks blown.
because they don't.
And the new adventures of
So are you stuck somewhere?
Red River, Oregon.
Noise if you get the scanner. No question about it.
Back to the Native American.
old friend.
In the past, and they some beings they had
Underground torture.
Underground torture room.
nations here, the Yakima Nation.
Time, but personally I like
In England?
Why your ranch?
you're waiting for your dinner.
Massive bases.
It tastes like something true.
A shiver runs.
Then you'll find that
Of
was when it says Petra.
What year is
The
it?
door steps up.
a replay of Coast to Coast.
But she left me.
So,
Earth, being star nations as well.
You know
So
my name, man?
Earth. What contacts?
it's not a complete.
apologies, and
It's like she's
There's-
describing where she's at.
I often used to say that
it's for thousands of years, and a lot of people are digging. Much
Describe.
Can you?
What does the entrance or doorway to where you're at look like?
From the solitary plane,
a lot of times,
Threat.
What,
Something else.
Yeah,
what
sure.
year
but
Sure.
is it?
and they're exquisitely beautiful.
Tie our friend down.
Tie your friend
Now they're would call a supermodel.
with me.
we've got a new case.
No.
Okay, and the humans.
Exactly, and
If you take your time.
Mining magnet in the world. Bye-bye.
Or start. F.
If I take my time, I'll start.
One. Yes, it certainly is. Communications, a magazine.
here.
Read it.
What's your name?
Supermodel.
They have
To read. Distinctions. With them. If
Here's the gentleman. I'll wait.
What is it that you're trying to tell me, ma'am?
and
to completely the ability to speak most language.
Only half a mile from the manor house. Her dinner dress with a shawl over her.
Us here on Earth and environment and how we need to raise
What
our
is your name?
act down here and some. They're warning us that we
oh, I do. I hope you take.
in the way we treat nature and start living.
And the
Make
I didn't understand that.
Taken for an angelic message.
It's nice to meet you. I would like to hear and understand
The governor.
a little bit better, but you're starting to mumble now. You're not speaking.
Close to Area
the right
50.
words.
unlock.
Them.
On what? When you start talking sense, you start going like this. And I can't
Ah.
what you're saying.
as a
Be clear to let me say. Shot.
Pure service mode, and they serve creation.
I have this.
save Mrs. Hudson a journey.
Or field in which everything is connected.
Lists of Area 50.
What is this?
Care.
Well, basically, be spiritually and technologically creation that needs some
Mine, here.
creation wherever it
My name
is.
Gabriel, ma'am. May you please repeat
Is it any
your
use
name?
to you in lighting the truth?
And everything is connected.
Our government. I'm not sure.
Perhaps a husband.
This is teaching us that
Is it
We can,
perhaps your husband? What's my husband's name?
Very
It's like-
voice makes you nervous.
She was
We will
talking about
agree
she-
to
why
the
is
toast.
she sleeping? I was the only one to sleep on the couch.
These steps in
I'm not a
quantum.
girl, ma'am. As far as I know, it wasn't a girl. in the
But
past
yes,
life,
we're be.
from what I've seen.
Raises itself from
Erases itself.
Conversation, I wish you good morning.
She's
What the devil?
rambling. I don't know what she's talking about.
Hey,
I'm
Dad,
sure you would, but the,
Stop talking about the shit you're talking
God's name.
about. One specific thing answered.
with a gold glass.
Using. That doesn't mean to say that
It's from the past. That's all from the past.
what they might do, you might not.
This isn't now.
In other words,
She's
it's not
describing
other
a.
I suppose I can't.
spirit, it's residual energy.
You're right. What you
From
really
England?
landed on the White House lawn.
Say it's
you'd see were wallowing.
She's English.
And his dog.
Would take.
So what were you imprisoned for?
Well,
Well, how did you know about his
What
relation?
she's talking about, she's in a dungeon.
To their vehicle
What
and
were you
back
imprisoned
engineer.
for? What was the crimes
And
against the crown that they felt that you did?
Violence. Ew.
Anywhere else of
What were the
substance.
crimes against the crown?
I was hasty. The same, I can assure you that the relation.
They can, but they're kind of
Falls into the shadow.
Wolves into the shadow.
Falls into the
they are now governments, and now
So
they're
you're thinking
moving
it's
back.
Residual energy? I think we're still recording, but I
They're in some sort.
Yes, because see, she hasn't answered anything.
Whatsoever.
She's
That's
talking about what she's doing. And
are working very hardly
Energy is just the energy left behind of the intelligence.
maintain the contact,
Intelligence
and
that was once there. Like when you guys leave this house and someone else,
Closed box.
let's say someone else moves in.
sort of bound by universal law and free.
Intensive stuff as you guys
can do.
have done in this
So
house,
they're-
even arguing with each other. You guys,
You,
even though you're still alive just down the street.
They're very
Energy. It's energy left
But do you
behind.
hear the difference?
didn't go well, and they found
There's a difference. You can hear the
Columnist
difference.
Eric Force did.
I need some copper. I might bring my crystal.
the whole universe as their place.
Wait.
Wait for what?
You can hear footsteps up.
I hear footsteps all the
Up
time.
dimensions, and
It's about
Are
advertising.
you the spirit? Are you the spirit that haunts my daughter?
they do. They're very
She's not here.
She was half crazy with hatred.
They're very free.
What year was it that you were in prison?
Larger corporate accountant such as you have.
Not just
What year was it?
disease. They've transcended.
They sound like boots, or like.
On the floor of the governess's wardrobe.
Mr. Gibbs.
We have something like 200 billion. I think it's galaxy alone, and there's 500 billion.
Should I say something to her?
You had all the dimensions. Material need, all of that.
Because we would stop
Give me a time.
at a rate that's polluted.
Year.
So even if they won't.
Does that?
What is urgent, ma'am?
Mom, keep popping.
That's your food.
Clear it up. I don't ask.
Here's what I think. Out of a mistake.
Where are you
Friendly
at
of you,
right
Doctor?
now?
And
At a rate that's.
Estate must be stick.
To the woods back of.
Keep intruders out.
things that power.
Just
People-
like back in your time, is it time to start
She
another
said keep
revolution?
intruders out.
Mr. Gibson himself.
Who are the intruders?
RJ11
Yeah, is it time to start another revolution?
In the next days, and that's just
Is someone coming for you?
something to happen.
Yes, he is. Call my dad.
Right.
Okay, how much, if anything,
Otherwise, I know no other
And,
ones that-
think-
in other words, unless I make them my enemies, I would have no other enemies.
No.
Be here outside.
And we'll do that later.
Here outside.
there, I think it's always going.
So what is it? What is
Approach
it
to the
we're
bridge.
looking
I see.
for, and what is it? What's coming our way?
Yes, sir, very close. You're the right.
Sitting down. Make
Who are the intruders?
Available.
Okay, how much?
You gotta open a little bit.
and lights up.
Expands out of how it works.
News, yes.
What are you guys
But
talking about?
The motion.
Hmm.
Things are created on the universe
Who are the
outward like a big
intruders?
balloon.
defense for the trial.
Really reliable, clear. What happens? I don't know.
Really fly necessary.
Frustrated for you. Seem to be getting agitated.
I'm just.
Right.
Sit down.
30.
Sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Are you nervous?
Their cheeks are hot.
5, maybe less. 10 years.
Hello?
Feel
Are you
their
still
cheeks.
there?
Their cheeks are hotter than their forehead.
The door behind you.
Guys that we interviewed, not the last.
Which
What's
one of
office?
us?
Turn on them.
That door or hit that door back
Okay.
With a major.
So, who's out there?
I don't want to get these guys in.
Lights, the TV, the radio.
The contents of the room.
Contents of the room.
Tailpipe,
In
so.
other words,
the clock.
what entity still...
We've got to get the
what
mother-in-law.
entities still reside here
Mom.
that once caused problems?
Your
Your what?
Very, very fast toward a...
Tell me what it is.
easily make dangerous. You
Is it-
take one.
Is it me, ma'am?
Obliged to, and now I think we're...
Or the ones that follow me?
this is a real...
And each vial contains.
Each vial can...
From Earth, it's extraterrestrial.
Talking about science now?
I don't.
I mean, I could go on and on and on.
The contents of
You
the
work
room.
that, by the
There's
way.
a lot
How do
of
you-
things in here. What are you talking about specifically?
Find out there's no.
Color, shape.
I'm a big proponent of solar...
You step away.
Step away, Mom.
Okay.
We have to start...
Car and brake lines and. I mean, a bullet went with.
Still
Yes.
one thing you have not answered.
So I say I see him.
I introduced myself.
Watching out after me.
This is my understanding.
Maybe it's one of our. Maybe it's one of
It's
the lamps.
tapered off now, so we really don't.
Put something on the ghost thing.
Comes when all of us wear
A
a...
spirit comes like when it
With,
probably
you know,
lives.
shows-
This is the gold.
It's probably the gold.
One time I was out filming.
I'll bring my
And you don't
recorder
need to...
next time or tomorrow.
Out after me. I've always.
Are you out? How do you work it now?
Pretty.
Fuel technology.
So,
Oh,
I
are
didn't know
my
that.
intense energies and emotions
And listeners, I don't know what you have.
that I'm feeling coming from you?
About for maybe a half an hour.
Alternative energy.
Who in cold, premeditated...
Hide in plain sight, right?
UFO group here.
Have a drink with us.
Alternative fuels. That's not...
Yeah.
Or perhaps in the dense...
What you gotta do?
You
have
might.
to invite
Just dirt all over me, feet.
Why?
Because there's
You breathe the sun.
Because of the what?
Credits for that.
been known to
and the means of...
set it over
Miss Dunbar didn't shoot Mrs. Gibb.
I can give you the answer to that question, what?
This is for you, man.
And they have,
I'm certain.
Drink at your peace.
mile lasers that we get. So they
there.
stay
He was
pretty much.
asking for cheese earlier.
Story in just a few
Get
seconds.
the cheese out, man. Grab the cheese.
And you, that...
She wants some cheese. Let's give her some cheese.
And at the last call,
Your Queequeg that you're...
Here you go, man.
Second.
Some
Rather have a-
cheese and some wine.
Long it.
All good.
Joe Sixpack says, gee, I wish we could do...
here, Nick Bajic,
The great below.
That...
I mean...
You're not in a dungeon, are you?
huge green.
Who are you?
Photograph has been thrown.
You need a photograph.
You sit on photograph.
Photograph.
Wendell Stevens was here.
To AC, free read.
Is this Marilyn Monroe?
Which came crashing down.
Exactly.
I'm on the show. Ask them about their experience.
I was born.
She's English. That's not Marilyn.
Right as the curtains. Just as quickly they
Power where you don't want.
walk slowly over.
Okay, once again,
I'm confused.
2 years ago,
Slowly over the curtain.
You reach out to lean.
Reach out to leave.
Shifts aside and
She kept your plan.
that was taken. Okay. Based on and I don't.
an accelerating.
I'm exhilarating.
Certainly, I don't.
Spring aside.
I don't
Put the
know.
curtain aside now.
You will see it. You know, it doesn't draw a lot.
It does some real
I'm trying to trip on cords.
I don't know, just hours ago.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you.
We're so upset, Mr. Holmes.
Father, 2 years ago.
sweet in the center of the room.
James Gilliland is my.
Appears to be at the far side of the room. Doors.
What? The door?
On the floor of my wardrobe. But it hadn't been there the morning
Where's
that
your
I
phone?
tidied up the wardrobe.
Come into your room and place the pistol there in order.
Here's a question for you.
Some of them
Would a crystal
indistinguishable,
or even a bit of copper help magnify
which makes
the reception
all the rest of it is
you're
good.
doing?
And then we'll begin to do some
Nails on the thing.
beings, very beautiful ones.
I have crystals.
James do these
Crystals, Mom.
in a god as such.
Some more.
I do believe in a God, but it's not.
All the media.
Of course, idiot.
Of course, idiot. Oh, that's very nice.
You know, there's
I know
over
it's
11.
radio, but still.
All right.
What is the journey
No,
you
we
want
do.
us to set forth on?
But they go far. And I've written about
May you please tell me that?
it's creative intelligence.
We've experienced a bit of.
Well,
You want this?
That holds everything together.
Actually upgraded. And the
Yeah, I think that's big enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's say it's impure. I have crystal like this.
Well,
They're saying that's this. Here, hold on.
books, because wrathful God him.
Now the male,
For exactly the reason that you mentioned
the Whisperman. What's your name, sir?
is here on Earth,
What is your name, sir?
to the deepest, darkest jungle. Yes, I put all of Gordon West's tape.
I have Whisper and Whisperman.
like this.
The real truth of the matter, ask ourselves who created.
Yes, it's different.
Mark
This is my
4,
friend
Watson.
Gabriel.
I haven't.
He's with us today. And my
These
daughter,
religions.
Sarah.
Yeah. Wow. Praying, yeah.
Here you go, sir.
Drawback of an active mind.
Drink for you.
But you wouldn't know that on 20 meters.
At your leisure.
At all.
Well, thank you, Sergeant. Tie the other end. Wait a minute.
And they also know that they really feel it's a terrible thing to wait.
Does it feel different today?
Yeah, we're growing, but we for umpteen years.
What feels different?
Ships flew over Chernobyl. Tiger counters, everything went.
The water.
Was there ever a more...
Gabriel, it's nice to meet you.
This
I wish we can all come as
Why is the first?
And the murder.
hear what you have to say. We are all listening.
Oh, they're doing many things.
Salute.
And now it matters.
The crime. Mrs. Gibson somewhat overdid it by...
They've been doing.
for cases that remain. Plants and animals.
Do you remember your name?
out her hatred, and then... when the...
But animal is in fact a bunch.
All the amazing work you've been. Congratulations on it.
So do you still think I need to get
I
melatonin?
reckon that my revolver's down there too.
Has gone back to the wild with trees. Busy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she is the most.
We work
Will work.
together.
Can you say melatonin
You've been doing?
for me,
And
which is the very basis of my art.
please?
Believe me, she's something you had.
encounters, and some of the we had everything very well documented that happened.
Low power FM.
So who was that woman that came through? Do you know?
Hey, was that?
Very charming gentleman.
Do you know her?
Oh, well, I do.
The previous FC.
We're going to do it again. This big science spirit.
Right. And I should have known you. Did I blame you?
Either part of the community.
After they're done talking, what I have to do is...
Now, and this is just
What that means is I break the cheese in half.
The-
Which we toss to the dogs. Because therefore you broke the offering because they've already accepted it.
a big science spirit. And some of the people freak.
Sure, the Petri.
Pantry.
No, that was from the thing.
I know, still.
Up and scan you, and
Oh, do you not one that you push your thumb?
reports from people that were here.
Are there any other hot spots?
Sky Raven.
Is there anything that you want to tell us?
When he was beaming it with
And they're afraid of competition.
I think they're still trying to get...
hundreds, if not thousands.
They probably not have many...
What's Sherlock Holmes doing out there, Doctor?
This is the second time he's came through.
Interference, and we can work around that. Field engineering test, and there would have.
Points and
Did you have anything else to say, sir?
Are great.
hundreds, if not thousands of ships.
Margaret, that's her name?
Arthur Conan Doyle's story.
What I heard.
It's that big business again.
Okay.
got telephone poles in them.
Why are you two whispering? Who are you hiding from?
Of course, their own LPFM station.
Say it, man.
We call UFOs,
Everything is all
Sir, remember,
do it for the love of the excitement of getting.
Birch.
Shouldn't have. All right, now,
good night for the Petrie family. Sherlock.
You don't know who those are because these are they're looking at.
What's Margaret's last name? Do you know it?
going to
Can you
governments.
please
They're
tell
not
me?
going.
Thank you.
For example, it's now become so common.
People here, and they've seen the ships here.
And don't even report the.
Can't do, and
She said there was an object. She said there was
Evenings,
an object
obviously,
in the house.
yes.
Do you know what object she's talking about?
They're making contact with
Bring it up, sit down.
Family. The family.
He's like, Huff says.
common that a lot of the
Watson, tell us another exciting.
He's like up here and all says, see, you're agitated.
Lewinsky thing is the pot.
That muddles up energy.
just teaching us that, you know.
Sit down.
America's favorite wine.
The radio still seems to coincide with
Well,
what the
it-
fuck
it-
I'm doing around here.
one here, which I love, which is
Wine was made in America.
It's hard to hear.
Radio Free Euphoria. They will be soon.
Let's get that.
Hard now.
Tape.
Marker,
I'll
that
tell
was
you
me
something.
moving it.
Find the adjective that'll do pet.
See, when you do voice recording, you can use orange.
Did she say orange?
Orange. What'd you say, sir?
They are work
Did you,
this of, you know, the awake.
which one did you pour? Is it the orange one?
You know, directed conscious.
They're all the same color to me.
The flavor.
You can raise your
Is it
frequency and,
orange or strawberry?
you know, on the people that Arma and
You know, I always expect.
Did you enjoy it?
Contact.
Homemade
Hmm.
by them. Connect as one.
Out on the patio, they had a most.
Well, it's supposed to be an offering to guests, sir. You feel what?
100%. They
Yep. And so, month, what
Good, you can talk to him. He'll
abduct-
understand.
Mine, I so would.
right?
and move.
Cows.
It's rebuilt.
Just rebuild.
Tonight,
What's rebuilt?
He said we need
found
to-
myself in a vile alley. To hear the distant
I
moan.
think I'm trying to get everybody into opening.
They're considered kind of negative. I mean, in other areas of
I saw a steep flight of.
It's there, and you,
Old ass radio station.
against their will. That's what.
yes, I do. That's not.
Are we doing the
Good
right
for the
thing?
US.
Tribe?
Movie. There's a world
You
pre-
say enough?
Taken from the roof
Are
of
we
Wall.
doing the right thing with the tribe? Are we really?
These folks and find them, and they have been.
trailer.
Here's that music again.
12, they all started crying.
Walk towards the lawn.
Walk towards
The future,
radio
and
still seems to be coinciding with what the fuck we're talking about.
probably with George.
Do we need to...
You can speak up. Do not be
Start getting
afraid of
teary-eyed.
this.
All right.
And you do not need to be hidden in the dark. Because
People will
it's what
talk-
makes them feel more powerful than you.
The story was
You can
that
talk to us in secrecy and safeness. Brotherhood will never end.
Strange, fantastic.
beautiful woman,
From a single source.
and
Yeah.
Broadcasting.
Should we do
I
the
don't-
oath?
Mr. Whitney here. Oh, I'm going to disturb it, please. I'm carrying a revolver. So
for Linda Moulton
We
House,
do the blood oath as a tribe.
very clear on there, and then I
out and plucked at my...
and
Well,
Should I take the crystal?
Try it real quick.
and things like that. So they
In a
Bring
thin...
mine. One thing I gotta tell you about crystals, the clearer they are, the more vibrations they picked up. See, these were
patient from
they're impure. They're impure. Hot.
then I called,
Yes, my face is hot.
and I just got this, and so I haven't been able
That is
to through the
right.
eSETI website.
Hug the dog, man. It helps.
Considering what's coming, you know, I've been seeing the global warming and the earth.
Calm the soul.
broadcasting. Fine you 10,000.
That off you didn't?
That's why we call them friends.
are miles and miles wide.
If you were who
I'll give you a-
are, would you like to be a friend?
But the rest...
You old fellow, what brought you to that?
Superb or deplorable?
He declined some new conscious.
Do you remember when
Ship,
you
we're
were
gonna be
talking to me about the astral planes?
Worth an hour's purchase.
How long did
Good thought.
Up and clean up our.
It's like a clean home.
Next month, my God, time's
up.
up.
Heavy thoughts, just...
And that's where it's least likely.
I'm here to listen, man.
Basically, supposed to.
As a brother. You are.
Of
What would you like to say?
the thrill of? Perhaps he's one of the... Something.
But this man...
look at the industrialization that's.
You continue in this...
It's energy, which is muddling thing.
What we have.
You cannot control that.
Exactly, old fellow. Well,
big... There isn't a...
Industrialization and what.
You see, whispering was
Hmm.
whispering
And you can't blame.
that their energy's not come to
Which is very sad, and
and that in their realm,
You like yourself, Holmes.
they're hiding from someone or something.
you know, our leadership TV, and I'm not, you know, really, and I mean, I'm not.
Does the gold help?
didn't help it.
Done better on the bands.
Yeah, he is.
Why the gold helps gold doesn't for a minute. That well, but with the cosmic relationship just crystal,
If there weren't but about...
gold is made of little crystals. That's why.
Again, due to information conferences,
My dear chap. Mistress.
Well, it has that's a good effect. And
The disguise is wearing thin, and I must...
What'd she say? Something in here?
Ham radio.
Someone.
And
boy,
Do you guys smell any odd smells that you don't
check out the science spirit.
We'll be right back.
My dear fellow, now hardly.
I knew it.
Oh my god, it is clear.
He may not be.
Set that in the middle of the ring.
Your hips stand up.
Your hips, what?
And he's saying, hey, look, let's.
He's looking at your hips.
Show soon, James Gillen. Thank you.
Oh, quit.
Ask their undermanned.
Believe me, I know.
And the,
Believe me, I know.
Coming up in a moment, Bart. Neural network.
Open your mind.
It's a gentleman. God, says he's there.
Are you one of my ancestors?
J. Layton.
Nice to see you back here, Doctor.
X number of mobiles and. Boys. Actually. Of course, heaven in the chip.
Listen to the chip. He's referencing
And
stuff
of
on the radio stations like I think he's also using the radio station.
several
to speak
popular
what he can.
essays in
Look how
the New York
shit
Times.
coincided, you know, American wine.
Like Alan Dixon.
I think he's using most of what he can.
Sir, it's a good one. Send me back 3 shillings.
Around on June 17th.
You don't want to give him too much energy, but just enough to where you can talk to him.
May I ask
don't
what
know
brings you
who
here?
These two figures are. They can be normal people, they can be great good, they can be great evil. You don't know.
Lived, as you know.
well, you know, here's what happened.
Where are you from?
The deal and get the concession. And what is it?
In life. Where were you from?
It's too It's awful. It's awful. Ear-splitting. And when I brought it.
Being dead and how you died is awful.
Anyway, it's great to have.
Especially where you're probably being held.
And I won't ask.
Where are you being held? Where do you need us to see?
Because I think you.
155.
Ooh, I got a ring in my
And I mean very serious.
left side.
I think where you gather. Happy.
Or what would you like
Again.
us to see? What are you trying to show us?
To America, the first hit me when I got there. What amazing by contrast.
Course of researching fuzzy.
Talking about the people with linear.
Those two out in the car.
Don't worry. I've already arranged for that.
We back and forth to.
We'll take this one in.
Of noise.
Don't need much.
The usual routine of how do we fight noise is an important thing to do.
You don't smoke.
Me too.
Our mathematical systems, and especially in
What is this?
the world, we added noise.
What is this I'm
At
holding?
least the emerge.
Something slammed.
So I finally was able
Who
to,
found you?
contrary to expectation,
And in practice.
it's a sense that mathematical
Maybe
view of
I should
the
remove this.
Restaurant, for example.
Crystals, he has crystals on his machine because crystals are.
at least in the way we model it,
Back.
to increasing work, the contribution, and
Sun with salt and,
some important case.
here's what I do. Step out beside Vigor, pour a little bit of mead, put a little bit of sea salt in it, let it soak in the sun. For about
I mean, this fellow shut out. Potential
Charging.
murderer. Of that I'm.
Restaurant effect.
It has your family energy. The salt has its own cleansing properties.
There you are.
Salt is what? Just like Grant said, it's a crystal. And the sun is what? The giver of all life.
They do splash.
I don't know. Mindless.
Yeah, the Heavenly Father and the earth.
across from them.
That's what that means.
It was.
Is there anything that you want to tell
Into
us?
that, the three.
Just as you described it, it's such a average signal to noise ratio.
Want to stop, and that can be, frankly, but
Should I?
They have to respond by.
Should I teach the Lamb family about herbs and how to discover them and find them? As well as
Louder and louder, shouting. In some cases, if you go in direction, really until people.
Of course, the seed
Pickle bag. I have a feeling that you'll need it before the night.
The music was so loud. I think
And don't worry, I'll re-record.
where they have
So we always have a copy.
music and
What does that music signify?
someone, it just,
Classic.
Music is sound. Music is vibrations. What are you classifying with that sound?
In your
noise.
Noise.
He always comes through with that sound.
one woman in a black.
Anytime you hear that, it's him.
He also is using the radio too.
The thing, and I discussed this in chapter 5.
Radio station, so he's using their station.
it's good.
Reference measurement.
But you don't want to get a ticket, right?
And so it's in effect.
Oh, and one thing about
you mean doing the social?
water carries vibrations. So when you drink water,
Here, I'm Art Bell, and
vibrations will follow through you.
A helicopter.
Water carries
Coast to Coast AM from
carries your happiness. Water carries your
Measurement and get
most of your body needs.
My dear Watson, when you're able.
So why did
Your
Margaret
eagle eye
come
penetrate-
through?
it'll again have this humming.
Broken tiled roof?
Yes, I gave the rig.
I come to Mr. Ross.
Who's coming in now?
More difficult. Had other students
to help.
To help.
again have this humming sound, but
Each other. Are you willing to help?
car honking or something.
Yes. Good.
That the can't get a hold of it.
What?
Relaxing feeling.
Minus noise.
Relaxing feeling.
Relax.
Top of these bridges.
There's my dad.
Mathematically.
I'm gonna take one snorter.
For a quick impulse.
And I'm headed on the road. You guys,
It just continues to mount.
Those bars. Mm.
There has been no one here.
Life in radio, of course.
I'm gonna take my phone. You can hold on to it
So then, where are they?
tonight.
I'm in your car.
Sir,
Well, guess
are
what?
you willing to leave?
Man, it's got to be higher now.
Hold on.
What did he say? Did he say no? He said no.
Long before the iPod.
We're friends. I trust them enough.
Hams up there, 145.
Life in radio, of course.
You
So
get that?
So, I have to hit the road, my fellow friends, amigos. and
About that, they're about as.
I'll be talking to you
He's
again.
the 70s. On the other hand, there's more of
It was
them.
nice to meet you. I must be going. Salute.
I guess really, because.
And after they're done, give that to the dogs and dump the wine on the ground because it breaks.
To the ear canal. That was long before the iPod.
can't you? And
Oh, sure.
and military.
and it's easy.
You want to say goodbye to
And things.
Goodbye, my friend.
You and I can hear it, but there's
Efforts to improve soundproof.
You know, Mr. Bartell, I'm afraid.
More cell phones, more gadgets. There's millions of leaf blowers.
no. We've got a lot of devices that.
Stop marker at 55 minutes and
it's
54
probably
seconds. I don't know what the date is.
I'll say you. Or you can do that.
I'll take this.
8/5/2017 at 10 August 5th, 2017 at 10:07 in the morning. Stop marker again at 56 minutes and 18 seconds.